And we're back with our candidates sit-downs, video sit-downs. Tom Farmer is on the camera, Diedrich Allen off camera. We're now moving back into the PUD number 3 Commission District 2 race, and Tom, you're the incumbent. So first take a couple of minutes to briefly tell us about yourself, your background, why you're running for re-election, and why you feel you are the best candidate.
Thank you, Diedrich. My name is Tom Farmer, and I have currently represented District 2 as PUD 3 Commissioner for the past 5.5 years. I am a 50-year-plus resident of North Mason all year round. I own a business in Allen that has celebrated its 30th anniversary. As a resident and business owner, I am a stakeholder just like you, so I'm concerned of the direction of rural economic development. We are recovering from the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression. We are recovering. In the past 5.5 years, I have helped shape the positive direction of the PUD utility to transition easily as the economy recovers. The housing market is starting to recover. The addition to the Mason General Hospital is complete. The substation in downtown Shelton is done. The project to widen State Highway 3 is going on, with the PUD moving some of the poles throughout Belfair. The North Mason School District will be building a new high school, and the PUD 3 Operations Center has celebrated its second year of operation. All of these projects point to growth and economic development. Your PUD 3 is prepared for this growth and our future.
Okay, so what can you do to ensure electricity rates remain affordable?
One concern, a major concern that I have, is the impact of wholesale power purchases. In 2013, the utility spent nearly $26 million to purchase power for our owner ratepayers. The Bonneville Power Administration, our main supplier, has increased its rates to the PUD by 7% in 2010, 7.8% in 2012, and 9% in 2014. In addition, changes have been made on how certain parts of the bills are calculated and are anticipated to add 4 to 5% of the cost of wholesale power to us, the ratepayers. Through a variety of cost control strategies, no retail increases were required in 2010 or 2011. However, increases of 3% each year were made in 2012, 13, and 14, a cumulative retail increase of 9%, while the PUD 3 saw an almost 28% cumulative increase in its power costs.
What is the PUD doing to limit power outages, and how can it be improved?
Well, just recently, Diedrich, the PUD 3 received national recognition from the American Public Power Association. It's called the RP3 Award, the Reliable Public Power Provider Award, and out of more than 2,000 public utilities, only 29 received the diamond level designation as the PUD 3, and PUD 3 was the only Washington utility. Consolidating all of our employees at the new Johns Prairie Operations Center helped speed the process of restoring power to our customers, reducing the length of any outages. Previously, fuel and materials were at our Mount View warehouse, while the outage center and crew assignments were handled downtown at the engineering building. Not only is the drive time between buildings eliminated, many aspects of the building were designed especially to improve the ability of staff to handle large-scale outages effectively.
Should the PUD expand its fiber optic infrastructure?
First, regarding my opponent's statement that the fiber optic department deserves a close look as to whether or not it's paying its way, the initial fiber backbone was a joint effort with the Bonneville Power Administration to interconnect our substations. This eliminated the need for PUD 3 to purchase telecommunication services from outside providers for our internal uses. Not only does this increase the security of our data, it saves the utilities and our ratepayers about $1 million per year over having to purchase those services from others. The internal use includes, from the 2012 annual report, states, its fiber optic network provides staff with the ability to monitor the electrical system for load loss or shifts that indicate an outage or other problems on our system. using fiber optics to connect the PUD's supervisory control and data acquisition network, or SCADA, which is integrated with the mapping system, allows for the quick and accurate dispatch of crews, shorter outage times, and improved customer service. The fiber optic network also allows for security surveillance of PUD facilities, and it is the backbone of the utility's computer and telephone systems that provide dependable connections and assistance to our ratepayers. So the fiber system is providing financial benefits to the utility and its ratepayers even before providing open access to the excess capacity of the system to retail providers, making that income a bonus. So should the fiber optics system be expanded? Absolutely. At the first candidates forum, every candidate, except my opponent, stressed the importance of education and economic development for Mason County. PUD 3 has made a point of extending the fiber optic system to every school in Mason County. The availability of fiber optics helps the Economic Development Council of Mason County to promote Mason County as one of the most wired rural communities in the United States due to the heavy investment in internet infrastructure.
What about the aging electrical infrastructure?
Well, I'm glad my opponent says he doesn't see any real problem with how the utility is already handling its infrastructure issues. It is unfortunate that he overlooks that the maintenance, repairs, and upgrades of that infrastructure are paid for through part of the debt he criticizes. There is a rule of thumb for utilities that long-term assets should be paid for with long-term debt. The recent rebuild of the 1940s era Mason substation was a several $million part of the 2012 bond sale. By relying on this long-term debt, the rebuild will be financed over the life of the facility at a much lower cost than funding those millions through current rates.
Is the PUD spending too much money on its facilities? If so, how would you change that?
Diedrich, I'd like to address the perceived controversy over the split between the commissioners over the move to the Johns Prairie Operations Center. I would point out that the vote to purchase the Johns Prairie property in 2002, before I was elected, but while Commissioner Jorgensen was already on the board, was unanimous. The vote again in 2008, again prior to my time, was a unanimous vote for hiring an architect. And the initial vote for $9.8 million in bonds to begin construction was also a unanimous vote. That option the option to consolidate all the functions of the utility in one new facility at one time, the option supported by the 2-to-1 vote to proceed, and contrary to my opponent's claim, was the least expensive option by $5 to $16 million over the various other options. The decision made was the least expensive, most cost-effective option for the ratepayers of Mason County PUD 3 and provided a long-term solution for the services that the utility provides. During the same time frame, Mason General added to its facility a similar amount of money, and Mason County constructed its new public works complex on Highway 101. The construction of the water line resolved a long-standing environmental issue with the Squaxin tribe over water withdrawals from the Johns Creek watershed, and would have been necessary even if only the maintenance and operation functions had been relocated to Johns Prairie. The water line also facilitates new businesses moving into the industrially zoned portion of the urban growth area, providing economic growth potential for Mason County. In addition, the agreement with the city and the county provides for latecomer payments to the PUD 3 as its customers connect to the water line. Approximately $250,000 has already been reimbursed to the utility. As time goes by, the ratepayers will be made whole from the $250,000 will be made whole from the initial investment.
Okay, Tom, that's all the questions we had for you. Is there any? I'll give you an opportunity if there's anything else you want to add.
Yeah, I just wanted briefly to say that your PUD is managed well. I continue to work hard, and I ask you for your vote in November. Thank you very much.
Tom Farmer, candidate, nonpartisan position, Mason County PUD number 3, Commissioner District 2. Thanks for taking some time.
Thank you, Diedrich.